All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking about something really cool, Belgian wine.
Ooh, Belgian
I
wine.
know, right? When you think Belgium,
Yeah,
you think beer, you think chocolate, you think waffles.
exactly.
You don't think wine.
Not really, no.
But we're going to change that today.
We are,
We're
yeah.
going to take a deep dive,
Yep,
and we're going to learn all about it.
that's the plan.
You actually sent us some excerpts
Right.
from this book, Belgica,
Yes.
and let me tell you, I was so surprised.
Oh, really?
There's so much more to Belgian wine than I ever expected.
Yeah.
So before we get into what's in the glass,
Okay,
I want to know how this all started.
sure.
Like, how did Belgian wine even become a thing?
Well, the story actually starts
Okay.
a long, long time ago with the Romans.
Oh, the Romans, of course.
Right, like with so many wine regions in Europe, they
Yeah.
get the credit.
So are you saying those Roman legions
Yeah.
marched through Belgium and planted vines?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Picture this, right? Legions marching across Europe,
Yeah.
conquering lands, and thankfully for us,
Right.
planting vineyards along the way.
See, this is why I love history.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what kind of surprises you're going to find.
It's true.
Okay, so the Romans planted the seeds, so to speak,
They did, yep.
but Belgium isn't exactly known for its,
Right.
Mediterranean sunshine, is it?
Not exactly, no.
How did those early vines even stand a chance?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
You see, after the Romans,
Okay.
it was the monasteries,
The monasteries.
that really took charge of viticulture
So the monks kept the wine tradition alive.
for centuries, yeah.
Wow.
Through wars and changing climates, those monks kept at it.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they really played a key role.
You know, I'm getting these images in my head now.
Uh-huh.
Candlelit cellars, monks tending to the vines.
Yeah.
It all sounds very rustic, very, very romantic.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of history there, that's woven into Belgian winemaking.
It's like you can taste the history in the glass.
Almost, yeah.
But it's not all ancient techniques, is it?
No, not at all.
I mean, there's a modern side to this story too, right?
Right, there's this whole revival happening.
Okay, tell me more about that.
Okay, so it's being fueled by these
Mhm.
incredibly passionate individuals,
Mm-hmm.
and get this, climate change.
Wait, climate change?
Yeah.
Like the climate crisis?
Well, yeah, but
It's what?
it's kind of a double-edged sword,
Okay.
But for Belgium, a slightly warmer climate
Okay.
has actually been beneficial so far, at least.
How so?
Well, it's extended their growing season,
Interesting.
and it's allowed them to experiment
Okay.
with new grape varieties.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just not what you typically hear about climate change.
Well, no, not usually.
So we've got this, amazing blend of ancient history
You too.
and modern innovation. It's like a time machine in a bottle.
Almost.
But now I'm dying to know what's in the bottle.
Right.
Like, what does Belgian wine actually taste like?
So this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm ready.
Think cool climate wines,
Okay.
elegant, crisp whites,
Mmm.
and even, some surprisingly delicate reds.
Delicate reds. From Belgium.
I know, right?
This is not what I was expecting.
It's a surprise for a lot of people.
So let's talk terroir.
Right.
What kind of environment are we dealing with here?
So the climate is definitely a challenge.
Okay. In what way?
Well, you've got cool short summers,
Mm.
cold winters,
Mm.
a lot of humidity.
Not exactly ideal for grape growing, is it?
It's not the easiest place to grow grapes.
So how do they do it?
Resourcefulness, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Belgian winemakers are incredibly resourceful.
Yeah.
Learn to adapt,
Uh-huh.
to work with the climate, not against it.
Give me an example.
Sure. They plant on south-facing slopes.
To get the most sun.
Exactly. They
Does-
focus on drainage to prevent,
Waterlogged roots.
exactly, yeah.
I see.
And they experiment with grape varieties
Uh-huh.
that can handle the cooler temperatures.
So they're pretty strategic about it.
Very much so, yeah.
Okay, but what about the soil?
The soil.
Terroir is more than just weather, right?
It is, yeah.
So what's underfoot in those Belgian vineyards?
Well, it's actually quite diverse.
Really?
Yeah, which is, part of what makes Belgian wine so unique.
Okay, give me the rundown.
Okay, so you've got clay in some areas,
Uh-huh.
which tends to give the wines more,
Structure.
yeah, exactly, more body.
Right.
Almost like a sturdy backbone.
I like that analogy. So clay for structure. What else?
You'll also find limestone,
Limestone, of course.
especially in Wallonia.
Ah. And limestone's known for that
All right.
minerality.
Exactly. That crisp minerality.
Okay, so clay and limestone. What else?
They even have some areas with sandstone and schist.
Wow, so there's a real mix of soil types.
There is, yeah.
Okay, so we've got these different soils. We've got the cool climate.
Right.
I'm guessing this all translates into some pretty unique wine regions.
It does, yeah.
So is it just Belgium wine, or are there like
Oh, no.
specific areas I should be paying attention to?
There are definitely distinct wine regions.
Okay, tell me about those.
All right, so first you've got Hageland.
Kingland, okay.
It's in central Belgium,
Uh-huh.
known for its clay and limestone soils.
Okay,
And they produce, a mix of reds and whites there.
interesting.
And then there's Haspengouw.
Haspengouw.
Yeah, it's in the east,
Okay.
a bit warmer than Hageland.
Uh-huh.
And the soils there are perfect for
What kind of wines?
aromatic whites, and sparkling wines.
Hold on, sparkling wines in Belgium.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
A lot of people don't.
Okay, and where are these sparkling wines coming from?
Mostly from the south, in Wallonia.
Wallonia, okay.
There's a region there
Uh-huh.
called Côte de Sambre et Meuse.
Côte de Sambre et Meuse.
Yeah, try saying that 3 times fast.
It's not gonna happen.
It's a beautiful area, though,
Okay.
nestled in the Meuse Valley.
Oh,
Yeah, and it has a kind of unique continental climate
okay.
and schist soils.
Schist, interesting.
Yeah, so the wines from there, they have this distinct minerality,
I see.
almost reminiscent of Alsace.
Okay, I'm starting to get a picture of these different regions,
Yeah.
but now I need to know,
Yeah.
what kind of grapes can actually grow in this cool climate?
Well, that's the really cool part.
Okay.
Belgian winemakers,
Yeah.
they're working with a really diverse palette.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting, maybe 1 or 2 hardy grapes
No.
that can handle the cold.
They've got a lot more going on than that.
Okay, lay it on me. What kind of grapes are we talking about?
Well, remember we talked about how Belgium
Yeah.
is primarily a white wine country?
Right, right.
Well, you might be surprised by some of the stars of the show.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
Okay, so first up, Chardonnay.
Chardonnay.
Yeah, but not the
Okay.
not the big buttery kind you might be thinking of.
So not like a California Chardonnay.
No, not at all.
Interesting.
Belgian Chardonnay.
Yeah.
It's got this beautiful minerality.
From the limestone.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And a brightness, a vibrancy that's really really refreshing.
So a Chardonnay with a little more
Yeah.
edge, maybe?
Edge, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, Chardonnay with an edge. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
You've also got Pinot Blanc,
Pinot Blanc. Okay.
which is a grape that's known for being
Light and refreshing.
exactly perfect for a cool climate like Belgium.
Mm.
So you'll find these wines that are
Yeah.
bursting with citrus, green apple,
Okay.
perfect for a sunny afternoon.
Even if those Belgian summers are a little shorter than, say, in Provence.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got Chardonnay with an attitude, Pinot Blanc for those sunny afternoons.
Yeah.
What else should I be adding to my must-try list?
Oh, there's plenty more.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right, but we'll have to save that for part 2 of our deep dive.
You're killing me. All right, fine. We'll pick up this conversation next time, but I'm already making a mental shopping list. Belgian Chardonnay, Pinot Blanc, and who knows what else awaits.
You won't be disappointed. Well,
Yeah.
you were asking about other white grapes.
Yeah, I'm ready for more.
Okay, so you've also got Pinot Gris.
Pinot Gris, okay.
And it's interesting because even though it's,
Yeah.
related to Pinot Blanc,
Uh-huh.
it makes a totally different style of wine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a little bit fuller bodied.
Huh.
You get more pear and honey flavors.
Okay.
Sometimes even a touch of spice.
So a good alternative if you want something a
Yeah.
little richer. Okay, Pinot Gris, got it.
And then there's
Auxerrois.
Auxerrois. Now that one sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's originally from Alsace,
Right.
but it's becoming really popular in Belgium.
Interesting.
The wines are dry,
Okay.
fruity, really delicious.
I'll have to look out for that one.
You should. And then there's one more.
Okay.
Miller-Thurgau.
Miller-Thurgau. Okay.
It's a
Yeah.
it's a real workhorse grape
Okay.
known for its cold hardiness.
So perfect for Belgium.
Exactly. It can handle those,
Yeah.
chilly temperatures.
And what kind of wines does it make?
They often have these lovely floral aromas.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a really nice grape.
So even with the cold, they're making all these
Yeah.
interesting white wines.
That's the beauty of Belgian winemaking,
Mm-hmm.
They're not afraid to experiment.
Yeah. That's what I'm picking up on.
It's exciting, isn't it?
It is. But,
Yeah.
we have to talk about the reds.
We do.
You mentioned them earlier.
Right. And I'm still having trouble picturing
Yeah.
Pinot Noir and Belgium.
I know it's not the first place you think of.
Not at all.
But some producers are actually making
Yeah.
really, really elegant Pinot Noirs.
Wow. Okay, tell me more.
So think delicate red fruit,
Okay.
earthy notes,
Hmm.
and this refreshing acidity.
So not those big, jammy Pinot
No.
you might find in, say, California.
Exactly. Totally different style.
Okay, so more like a Belgian twist on Burgundy, maybe.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's a wine for people who
Yeah.
appreciate subtlety and finesse.
I'm making a note to seek those out.
You should.
What about other red grapes, though?
Good question.
Is Pinot Noir like the only one?
No, there are a few others
Okay.
that are worth mentioning.
Yeah, give me the rundown.
Okay, so there's Dornfelder.
Dornfelder.
It's
Yeah.
a German grape
Oh.
known for its deep color and hardiness.
So it can handle the cool climate.
Exactly. It thrives in those cooler temperatures.
Interesting. And what do the wines taste like?
Think rich, dark fruit, bit of spice.
Okay, Dornfelder. I'm filing that away.
And then there's
Yeah.
there's Regent.
Regent. Okay.
It's a hybrid grape.
A hybrid.
Specifically bred for
Okay.
disease resistance and cold tolerance.
Wow. So they're really like engineering these grapes.
Yeah, it's a great example of
Yeah.
how Belgian winemakers are innovating.
To adapt to their climate.
Exactly. They're not afraid to try new things.
Okay, so what do Regent wines taste like?
They're quite fruity, actually.
Yeah.
You get a lot of black currant,
Mm-hmm.
cherry,
Mm-hmm.
and they have this nice vibrancy.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a really interesting grape.
So we've got these like cool climate reds
Yeah.
and a whole bunch of different white grapes.
Uh-huh.
It's amazing how much variety there is
I know, right?
in Belgian wine.
It's a really dynamic wine region.
But, we talked about tradition
Yeah.
and innovation.
Mm.
I want to know more about like
Right.
what's happening in those wineries.
Sure.
Are they using, ancient techniques? Or are they all about modern technology?
It's actually a mix of both.
Really?
Yeah, which is what makes it so interesting.
Okay, give me an example.
Okay, so some winemakers, they really embrace
Yeah.
the idea of spontaneous fermentation,
Spontaneous fermentation. Okay.
which means,
Yeah.
they let the wild yeasts
Okay.
that are naturally present on the grapes
Uh-huh.
do their thing.
So it's like a very hands-off approach.
Yeah, it's about letting nature take its course.
And that results in wines that are
Yeah,
more complex, maybe.
exactly. More unique, too.
So there's still a touch of that, like
Yeah.
old world romance in Belgian winemaking.
Oh, definitely. I
I
like
love
that. But at the same time, you've got winemakers who are using, all the latest technology.
Like stainless steel tanks, temperature control.
Right, exactly. They want to have,
Yeah.
more control over the process.
To ensure consistency.
That's a big part of it, yeah.
So they're kind of walking this line between tradition and innovation,
They are. It's a balancing act.
which is, I guess, what makes Belgian wine so unique.
It's part of their identity,
Okay, so now I'm really curious.
Yeah.
I want to know what these wines actually taste like.
Okay.
Like, give me the lowdown. What should our listener expect
Sure.
if they encounter a bottle of Belgian wine?
Okay, so let's start with the reds.
Okay.
We talked about the cool climate.
Right.
Well, because of that, winemakers often use
Yeah.
techniques like extended maceration,
Extended maceration.
which helps them extract,
Okay.
more color and flavor.
From the grapes.
Exactly.
And I'm guessing they also use oak aging
Some of them do, yeah.
to add complexity.
Right, and structure.
So we're talking about reds that have depth and character,
They do, yeah.
but I'm guessing they're not as
Yeah.
heavy as, say, a California Cabernet.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Belgian reds, they're more about balance.
Hmm.
They have this vibrancy from the acidity,
Okay.
but they also have a lighter body.
So more elegant, maybe?
Exactly. They're incredibly food-friendly, too.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, they're not wines that,
Yeah.
overpower your palate.
More subtle.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, now tell me about the whites.
Okay, so with the whites,
Yeah.
it's all about freshness,
Okay.
vibrancy.
Right. That makes sense.
So they use, gentle pressing techniques,
Uh-huh.
cool fermentation.
To preserve those aromas.
Exactly. And that,
That crisp acidity.
yeah, so you end up with these wines that
Yeah.
are just so lively and refreshing.
Perfect for like a warm afternoon.
Exactly. Seafood, salads.
Okay.
They're really versatile.
It sounds like they're making some
Yeah,
really interesting wines.
they are.
But what about rosé?
Oh, they make rosé too.
Really?
Yeah, and it's quite good.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, it's made with that same
Yeah.
focus on freshness,
Okay.
delicacy.
So not those, like,
Right.
super sweet rosés.
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
They tend to be light,
Uh-huh.
salmon pink in color.
Okay.
And you get a lot of red berry flavors.
Mm-hmm.
Citrus notes.
Sounds perfect for summer.
They are.
Okay, so we've covered the reds, the whites, the rosé,
Yeah.
but we can't forget about the sparkling wine.
The elephant in the room.
Exactly. I'm still kind of blown away by that.
It is a surprise for a lot of people.
So remind me,
Yeah.
what makes Belgium suitable
Okay.
for sparkling wine?
Well, certain areas, especially in Wallonia,
Right.
they have these chalky soils,
Okay.
cool temperatures,
Uh-huh.
which is very similar to champagne.
And they're using the traditional method, right?
Yeah, same method as champagne.
Wow.
So you get these wines that are, elegant, finely bubbled, with bright acidity,
Okay.
delicate fruit notes.
And that minerality.
Yes, that beautiful minerality.
So are they trying to, like,
Yeah.
imitate champagne?
No, not at all. They're really focused on expressing
Yeah.
their own terroir.
So a uniquely Belgian sparkling wine.
Exactly.
I love it. I love
It's
it.
a really exciting category.
Okay, so we've talked about the terroir,
Uh-huh.
the grapes, the winemaking styles,
Yeah.
even sparkling wine.
We have.
But now I want to know,
Okay.
like, bigger picture.
Yeah.
What makes Belgian wine truly unique?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is. What's the calling card?
What sets them apart from everyone else?
Yeah, we'll tackle that next time in part 3 of our deep dive.
It really is. It's like, we've uncovered this hidden gem.
A secret society almost?
Yeah. Yeah, kind of these
Uh-huh.
these passionate winemakers.
Quietly making these incredible wines.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think what sets them apart
Yeah.
is that, that cool climate influence.
Yeah. Yeah, we keep coming back to
This
that.
huge factor.
It really seems to define
Yeah.
a lot of what they're doing.
It gives the wines this
Uh-huh.
this vibrancy,
Okay.
this freshness,
Yeah.
that you just don't find in warmer regions.
It's like they're bottling the essence of
Mhm.
of Belgium almost.
Right, like that windswept coastline.
Yeah.
Those rolling hills.
Exactly.
It's all there in the glass.
And it's not just like one type of wine either.
No, not at all.
We've talked about all the different grapes.
Right, the Chardonnay, the Pinot Noir,
The sparkling
the
wines.
sparkling wines, yeah.
It's amazing. I mean, it's really
It,
remarkable what they're doing.
and they've turned what a lot of people would see as a disadvantage, the cool climate,
Right.
into a strength.
Into their unique selling point.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah. They're like the underdogs of the wine world.
I like that, yeah.
Proving that great wine can come from,
Yeah,
unexpected places.
absolutely.
But, it can't be all sunshine and roses, right?
There are definitely challenges.
Like what?
Well, climate change.
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
Right. We talked about how
Yeah.
it's helped them in some ways,
Right.
but it also poses risks. In what way?
Well, the weather's becoming
Yeah.
more unpredictable.
Right.
You get these late frosts, hailstorms,
Oh, well.
heat waves.
That can damage the vines.
Absolutely, it can be devastating.
So it's like they're constantly having to adapt.
They are. They have to be very flexible.
And what else? What other challenges?
Competition.
Competition, yeah.
The global wine market is
It's tough.
it's very crowded.
Especially for a region
Right.
that's relatively unknown.
Exactly. It's hard to stand out.
When people are used to,
Yeah.
buying wines from France, Italy.
Say so like that.
Fact.
And for a lot of people,
Yeah.
when they think of Belgium, they think of beer.
Right. Not wine.
It's a hurdle, but
Yeah.
I think they're overcoming it.
It seems like they have a good story to tell.
They do, yeah.
And what about
Yeah.
the fact that they're relatively small scale?
That's another challenge.
Yeah.
They don't produce
Right.
huge quantities of wine.
Like some of those bigger regions.
It's more
Yeah.
it's more boutique.
But isn't that like part of their charm?
I think so, yeah.
The fact that they're small, focused on quality.
Yeah, they're very artisanal.
It's like discovering a hidden gem,
It's a good way to put it.
You find these small producers who are just so passionate about what they're doing.
Yeah, people are looking for that.
Yeah, that authenticity.
Yeah.
Okay, so despite the challenges, it sounds like there's a lot of optimism
There is, yeah,
surrounding Belgian wine.
definitely.
So what are some of those key strengths that you think are really shaping
Okay.
their future?
Well, sustainability.
Sustainability, okay.
That's a big one.
In what way?
Well, Belgian winemakers are,
Yeah.
they're very environmentally conscious.
Okay.
They're committed to organic practices, biodiversity, preserving the land.
So it's not just about
Right.
the wine itself.
It's about the whole picture.
It's about the whole process.
Exactly.
Yeah. Innovation.
Innovation, yeah.
They're not afraid to experiment.
We've talked about that, yeah.
They're constantly pushing the boundaries, trying new things.
Exploring new grapes.
New grapes, new techniques.
It's really exciting.
It is. It's a very dynamic wine region.
And we can't forget about that.
That sense of place.
The terroir.
It's a terroir, yeah.
So it makes them unique.
They're really,
yeah.
They're really embracing what makes them different.
They are, and I think that's what ultimately lead to their success.
It's a great story,
It is.
It's a story of passion, innovation, respect for the land.
And delicious wine.
And delicious wine, of course.
You can't forget that.
So Belgian wine, it's a story that's still being written.
It is, and I can't wait to see what the next chapter holds.
Well, there you have it, folks. We've journeyed through the unexpected world of Belgian wine. We've talked about its ancient roots, its modern revival, and the challenges and triumphs that shape its future. And if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, I encourage you to seek out a bottle and experience it for yourself. Cheers to the underdogs, the innovators, and the unexpected delights that the world of wine has to offer.